Greetings YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I want to start off this video with a disclaimer. I have been trying my best so much all weekend, really for like 5 days, a week into a weekend, to find the screenshot that was sent to me for the people affected by the February calendar glitch. It was not a huge part of the community, but it was enough where multiple people told me that they received the compensation, including my man, the Boss 81. So if you're unfamiliar, remember this a few weeks ago. We got the Valentine's Day calendar, but some people, it just glitched. And even though they had logged in every day, it didn't register that they were logged in. Some people, I think it started like multiple days into the calendar. It was the strangest thing that I've seen, and Kabam kind of went radio silent on it on the forums, which made a lot of people very upset. And I did hear those frustrations behind the scenes, many of which would not have been appropriate verbiage-wise, word-wise, for a family-friendly YouTube channel. But I'm covering it now because I promised the individuals that were affected that I would cover it. And, well, I'm just going to have to use a thumbnail from the event itself, but not, sadly, from the compensation. So they ended up getting everything that they lost. This was also similar to, I believe, other than a couple people, including our beloved Mama Bear, the Rift compensation. I got my 13 Rifts back, and so many other people got, I think, what they were missing. And now, of course, in the side quest, we have 11 side quests. So historic, including another 10 days at the time of recording this of these February side quests because of the Rift bug issues. But I just want to say, like, Kabam could have continued to be silent about this compensation. They could have just said it didn't affect that many people, so we're not going to deal with it. We still know that there are people out there who are waiting on their like 3-year-old compensation from the mutant special crystals that were in the unit store way back when, and they got the wrong crystals, and then when the crystals were replaced, they got the wrong number of crystals that they purchased. That compensation, I feel like, is never going to be fixed. I also think for the people who didn't get the mastery point when that was taken away in the new axe, or at least in the old axe, but the new coding of those axe, that's probably never coming back. So there's a couple of versions of understandable compensation that I just don't think we're going to see ever. But in this case, for those of you affected, and I'm guessing it's well under 10% of the community, maybe closer to like 2% of the community. But for those players, they'd kind of given up hope that they would be heard, and they got all of those free rewards they had missed out on, and arguably the best free thing. I mean, I guess you could say the International Women's Event's amazing for free too, and it is, but it takes a lot of work and can be a little bit of a challenge to use like 2-star champions to try to get 6-star champions. So that's free, but not for the amount of work. The calendar was you just log in and you get it. No work, no revives, no energy, either physically or in the game. You just get the rewards automatically. So I wanted to shout out Kabam. They deserve credit for this compensation. I realize most people watching this were unaffected, but it doesn't mean that they didn't deserve credit. And I know every time I praise Kabam, there are people who are like, oh, hey, Prof, getting soft. Mr. Negatives turned into Mr. Positive. The Kabam contester is now turned into the Kabam sympathizer. No, just trying to give credit where credit is due, because I believe that is the role of somebody that does his best to report all things in this community, the good, the bad, and the ugly. In this case, it's good, and it originally wasn't ugly. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your week.